So should we start through like arc to arc as in the story? Follow the story?
Uh, we could just go from left to right how they have it because that's going to be easier than trying to sweep through all of them and go, okay, well, this one was before this one. We can just go based off of them and
All right.
describe our thoughts on that one where we would put it.
So 5 Kage Summit. Well, I liked it because we get to see what was that? That was right after the I forget his name. Sasuke fought what's it called? Itachi, right? And then he went to fight the Kage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's right after the fight between those two, and we get to see like his Susanoo and shit because at the
Yes, this is,
time,
yeah. This was right when he was starting to go blind from his Mangekyo. So he had to kill Itachi so he'd get his Eternal so that he would be able to spam his abilities
well, he
and
already
kill his
had his
Mangekyo.
eyes, right? But
Yeah, he had the Mangekyo. He did not have the Eternal Mangekyo. That's why he had to kill Itachi for it.
well, no, he got the eyes beforehand, and he just never implanted them until after. He off like the guy Obito offered to implant the eyes, but he declined.
Was that before
Yeah,
the
I
five
think it
Kage?
was before.
No, I
If
mean
it
like way, way before. Because I thought he had his implanted before he went to the five Kage summit. I didn't think the because the scene I'm thinking about is when he's on the river and he's fighting Sakura and Naruto and
no,
what's his
that's
name?
after the 5 Kage. He
Okay,
fights.
so yeah, then you're right. Yeah, he gets implanted way after because if that's after the five Kage summit, that's when he starts to go blind mid fight.
Yeah, so that's when he
You're right.
gets.
You're right.
Overall, I think it's a good arc. I like the what was her name? The Miss Village Hokage's powers, like her what are those moves called? It's been a while.
Oh, the you're talking about the
Kekkei
bloodline
Genkai.
techniques.
Yeah, Kekkei
Yeah,
Genkai.
yeah, the bloodline techniques. Yeah, they're really sick. To be honest, how I felt about the five Kage summit is all boiled down to us seeing the knights, the samurai knights that only use their chakra to make chakra blades on their swords. I thought that was sick. Now, I think it was weird that Sasuke could go in and fight all five Kage and be fine after that, especially with one of them having a Kekkei Genkai. Even
Well,
the old dude with a particle style, right? Where
he
it just
was
deletes
saved.
material.
He was saved by what's it called though? By Obito went before the particle could destroy him. So it wasn't all his doing, right?
Yeah, but I feel like I don't think he should have been able to do all that. Although the arc itself was kind of cool. I liked all of it showing how Sasuke went from, realizing he actually needed the eyes implanted or thinking he didn't need it to realizing he did need them, and I thought that was pretty sick. I would honestly, to rate it, I think it's good. I don't think it's mid. But I don't really think it's great either. I don't think it's a great one, but it's definitely a
Um
good. I think it's a good one.
Yeah, I agree. It should go good. I forget this arc. A cut. Oh wait, this is the one where they fight Hidon and Takazu, right?
Yes, this is when Naruto just got done learning how to do his Rasen Shuriken, and he was done training at the Frog Village. Well, not for his Sage mode, but he was training, I think, already at that point,
Well,
wasn't
he
he?
was training at a waterfall, I think, within the village, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then he just one of the things he had to learn was to actually cut the waterfall from flowing.
I think the best part about this arc is unironically not the Naruto group, but is it what team are they? Are they Team 8? Team 7?
I no, Naruto's team 7. I think they're team 8 or maybe
With
10. I think it goes like 7, 8, and 10 are the three
okay.
like main groups of the that class they belong to.
Yeah, I think their fight with Hedon was the best part of the entire arc, other than Naruto's training arc, where they're all just dumbfounded with how fast he can master jutsu because he can just replicate himself 150 times and do that over and over and over.
Well, I think that my favorite part of that arc was how he defeated someone who was very much immortal, like just burying him alive. because
Yeah, that's what I'm
I,
saying. That's my favorite
technically,
part. Yeah.
technically, like even in Baruto, he should be still alive, right?
He's still alive, cut up in pieces, buried under a bunch of rocks. Yeah,
So like,
technically.
I wonder like if someone will ever dig him up and shit.
I
I
doubt
mean,
it.
I
I
mean,
think
Bart. Yeah, they probably just forget about him.
that's what I'm saying. I think the writers forgot about him, but I don't think Boruto's going in that direction. They're trying to go into like the deity and god realm.
Yeah,
We're
I think
not
this
talking about
is.
that show though. That show sucks.
Yeah, honestly, I
uh,
think it's either good or
I think it's a mid. I think it's mid because the only good parts about it, they're like this overarching story isn't good. It's got its good moments where like it shows Naruto's payoff of his insane training and then Team Whatever's ability to seal heat on for eternity. That was
yeah.
the only good parts.
All right, tuning exams. I'm gonna be
This
honest. This
is
is
near
great.
perfect.
Uh,
I don't even need to
no,
talk about this.
listen. I think it's great because I think shit like the final battle between those two are great. Or I mean, they're perfect, and like other ones, like, I mean, like first off, like I think some of the battles were just boring, right? Like
Mhm.
fucking like what's it called? That sound guy versus Choji. Like that was shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's gonna be things like that. I mean, there's like stuff like that in every arc. I mean, even the oh my gosh, the Akatsuki arc, it had a lot of those where it was just boring fights, but they had cool characters in them that did cool things. So, and the story was good. I think any anime that does a tournament arc, the tournament arc itself is a great setup to show things. And I think Naruto did it really well. Is why I think it's near perfect because it shows even the weaker characters showing off their skills.
I
Does that
think
make
that
sense?
the highlight, and I think we can all agree, is the fight between what's it called? Rock Lee and Gara. Like that
Is that
was
Shippuden? Or not? That's not Shippuden. That's just base Naruto, right?
yeah, the tuning exams is based Naruto. Yeah, it's Gara versus Rock Lee.
Yeah. Gara versus Rock Lee was baller. That one was super good. That's why I'm saying it's like great. It's near perfect. Was because of that moment. But I think as an entirety as the tournament, it was better than how most shows do tournaments. And that's why I think it's near perfect. Like if you look, okay, let's like do a comparison to MHA's first tournament,
To
right?
be
Where
fair, I didn't watch that.
it's fine because I'm going to explain it anyway.
Okay.
How like the main character and the not the main side character, but one of the main side characters use all of their power and like blow up the stadium. But every other fight is just boring, and the only good fight was the last one. Naruto's didn't do that. Naruto's had some decent fights, some bad fights, some good fights, and then a really, really, really good fight at the end. While MHA had like nothing up until the final fight. That's why I think this one's better. Even Dragon Ball does tournament arcs terribly. They're just build up for the final fight, which is
Now
boring.
this might get me a bit of hate, but I think that the fairy tale, like what's it called? The battle arc.
Like season 11, where they're in
Nah,
the
the Grand Magic games, I think that's a better than the tuning exams.
that's where it was like the third age Dragon Slayers and second
Yeah.
age Dragon Slayers.
No, the second age came out the second arc, I think, which was the what was
That's
that?
like
The Arachion Sace. That was Cobra or
yeah, you're
whatever his
right.
name is.
You're right. But the what's his name? The guy that uses light and the guy that uses shadow.
Yeah, Rogue and
Yes.
fuck, I don't,
Sting?
Sting. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I
what okay, we're thinking about the same arc. That's what I'm making sure. Yeah, I think they did theirs better as well, but I don't think their fight was as impactful as the final. Like the final fights in each were not as impactful for their own respective universe as Gara versus Rock Lee, other than the original Dragon Slayers versus Third Age Dragon Slayers. Like it's like yeah, I think they did the tournament better, but that's because Magic, universes with Magic always do it better. But Chunin Exam just had a better finish,
I
and
don't
I think
know if Bleach had one. I think so. I think they do one better too. But
Yeah.
obviously that they have magic technically, but
Well,
like
you can
I
make
feel,
the argument, I guess, that chakra is magic too.
I mean, yeah, you could, but you also have to realize it's like Bleach, right? They use melee as well and like throwing shit and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So like,
that's
I feel
true.
like it's the same. Like they use primarily melee, unless it's like the bigger fights, like Pain versus Naruto.
Yeah, Pain versus Naruto is crazy. I think that's on here, isn't it? The Pain arc.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it
it.
is. It is. Okay, we can't. Let's put this. We'll put it at great. Let's agree on great.
I
Oh,
mean,
you're gonna
I
do
was okay
near
playing.
perfect. Okay, all right. I thought you were downplaying it. I was about to be like, you're crazy, dude. You're insane.
No,
All right.
I'll secede that, or whatever that word is. The final arc, which is, I think, was that just the battle between Naruto
It's
and Sasuke.
it's right after the fourth Great Ninja War, after they killed, or air quote killed Madara and then sealed Kaguya.
And
Um,
I hate it. I will get to that, but
we'll
I
get there in a
hate
minute.
that.
Yeah. I think we have shared feelings on that one. I think
So,
the final arc is the best arc, other than Pain or Jiraiya's whole arc. I think the final arc is the best, simply because of this, like the culmination of Sasuke's hate and want to have more power, and Naruto's, I guess, his fed upness, like where he's tired of having to deal with Sasuke at this point, and they're
well,
both
no,
just like
no,
they've
no.
boiled
That's
over.
not so much true because, like, even then, like he was fighting for him because at the
Oh,
end
I know.
he says some shit like, "Why haven't you given up on me when everyone else has?"
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that Naruto gave up on him. I'm saying he's like, it's like, I don't know if you've ever had to deal with a friend that like is just irritating all the time, but you're like the only person that helps them. That's what
A
Naruto
few
is
times,
doing.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And you just get so mad. You're like, dude, I want to hurt you right now just so that you realize how much I want you to be good. That's what I'm imagining Naruto is like. He's just so mad that he's having to do this whole time. And Sasuke's like, let me kill you. And Naruto's just like, nah, this is it. I'm knocking you out. I'm not letting you go away. This is it. And I
I
think this
I
fight shows that
I
like
think
really
it's
well.
above Chunin. Do you agree?
Oh, it is. Yeah, definitely
How
better
do
than
I
tuning.
how do I
Sit
put
it
it?
down and move tuning.
I
Yeah,
see. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well,
Itachi,
this Itachi versus Sasuke. Yeah.
I don't think it's. I don't think it's great. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's good, and I'll give you a reason after you decide your spot.
I think. I think for what it like because what the significance is like like at that point Sasuke never knew what like his brother did for the village, and so obviously like he never wanted Sasuke to find out. He wanted him to continue hating him.
Yep.
And so I think that's like just the fact that I think this is during the arc as well, but after like after he was, what am I saying, after he defeated Itachi, he implanted his Mangekyo so that when he did show up he would be burned by the Amaterasu. I mean, I guess I would agree it goes in good, but I could see it going in great too.
So I know why a lot of people want to put it in great, and they want to put it in great because of the story and meaning of the fight. Like you were saying, like this whole time Itachi wanted to keep his reason for doing it away from Sasuke, and he wanted him to hate him so that he would come and eventually take his Mangekyo from him. And this whole thing about Sasuke wanting to gain power, and that's why he did it, so that Sasuke or Itachi knew that Sasuke would eventually surpass him, so that he would be the protector of the village instead of Itachi. And I understand why people think that that would make it a great one, but I only think it's good because Itachi could have done it on his own already. He could have just done it. He didn't need Sasuke to do it. Itachi could have done it.
Well, you
So
also have
the
to realize that Tachi is suffering from an autoimmune disease, and he
Mhm.
would have likely died. Like what? Like even, and also his eyes were going blind, so like he could only do so much, and like he didn't have the rest of his life to deal with it because he's what, like 17, 19 at that point. He's
Oh,
not
this
that
fight,
old.
or when he does
Like
the.
when he dies, he's only like 20 or
I
19 or
think he's.
some
I thought he
shit.
was like 22.
He's young though. Like he's not
Let's find that out. Itachi was 21. He was 21 when he died.
yeah, so like I feel like it's different with Sasuke because he has like his entire life with the
I guess you're right.
Mangekyo.
I can see that. Yeah. But still, I feel like Itachi could have just done it better. I mean, like he could have went down the path because he knew about oh my gosh, what's his name? Snake dude. I
Obito
always
or no, Orochimaru.
Orochimaru. Who knew about Orochimaru and how he had this like pseudo immortality going on? He could have done that too. My point is that he could have got around it. It's just I think that it was put this way for a plot device. All it was a plot device was Itachi, and that's all he was to me.
So would it go before or after 5 Kage?
Oh, it's definitely better than the five Kage Summit.
Okay.
It's just it is better. I just don't think it's great. I really don't.
Jiraiya versus Pain.
Almost perfect. If there was anything under near perfect in between it great and near perfect, it would be almost perfect, and that'd be Jiraiya versus Pain. I don't think you need to explain why it's all near perfect. I really don't. Like if
I mean,
anybody's watched the show, it is one of the best fights and one of the most meaningful fights. Only for Naruto, Jiraiya, and Pain anyway. For everybody else in the series, it's kind of irrelevant.
so that
But just for
doesn't
those three
include the
characters,
does that include the oh no, it doesn't include the
no, Pain
Pain
Invasion
invasion.
is separate on here. That's why I'm doing just this. It's meaningful for Jiraiya, Pain, and Naruto. This fight entirely.
Well,
That's the only
where
people.
would you place the Pain arc, the Pain invasion arc then?
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Well,
I'm doing these as if we're not looking at anything else.
well, let me think. I would personally put in great because I mean the fight was okay and I liked the story about it, but like he I understand that the reason why he wrote page numbers down was like page numbers is in like what he wrote on the back of the frog because
Mhm.
no one knew about his first book he wrote. Like you remember that plot point about
Yeah.
the book he wrote about like the before Naruto was even born.
Mhm.
But like I don't know. You also have to remember with Bardo, like I'm pretty sure they clone him. I have no idea how he got that, like his DNA or some shit. Because I am not sure if it's confirmed yet or in Bardo, but there's a guy who looks awfully like fucking
It is a clone of him. Yeah.
either they got his body from under that massive body of water or some shit, or I don't know.
I I think Boruto's a walking plot hole, but we're not going to get into Boruto because we'll be here arguing about it for like the next 30 minutes on why it's the worst anime on the planet.
See, I don't think it should go near perfect because like I think it's worse than Juni's exam, but not just slightly worse. But
So
we have to
you think it's better than Itachi versus Sasuke, worse than the Chunin exam, but not good enough to be behind the Chunin exam.
I think that stuff like for instance, I think that the Pain invasion is better than Jiraiya versus Pain. So I would personally put like that in great, you know? Because there are definitely
That's
arcs
fair.
that are better than
I
Jiraiya versus Pain.
I agree with that. Yes, but I think the argument for making it near perfect is only due to the fact of how it impacts Jiraiya, Naruto, Pain, and the audience. Like only because like Jiraiya's whole thing was people think he's just they know as him as one of the three Sanin, the great ninjas, right?
Yep.
And he teaches the main character all this stuff from Naruto to Naruto Shippuden, and we find out that he was also the teacher of Pain and the other two people. I can't remember their names. The
It was
flower, not
also
flower.
the teacher of well, it's Kieran or Karin. No, No, what is her name?
Doreen?
Maybe I think it starts with a K, and then it's I don't remember the orange haired guy's name.
I want to say Kazuto, but that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, I mean
Anyway,
I think we
like,
agree it goes in great then.
right, it does. But the reason, my argument for saying it could be near perfect is simply because of the emotional effect it has on the watchers. Because you see this guy that goes from just being this, ah ha ha, I know a lot of things, but I'm not a good fighter. I'm just a good teacher. Teaches Naruto all these things, and it turns out like, wait, he's actually one of the best fighters the Leaf Village has. And then you go to finding out that he cares about Naruto like he's his own kid because he
Well,
was Minato's.
technically, isn't he Naruto's uncle or
No,
like Godfather?
yeah, he's the Godfather. He taught Minato, I think, right? No. Minato
No, he taught
was
Minato. Yeah, Minato was his student.
was he? I thought the old dude was his teacher. The
No,
fifth,
no, no. You mean the third Hokage?
yeah,
The third Hokage taught the Sanin, and he this and
that's what it is. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Jiraiya was his teacher, and Jiraiya was taught by the third. Anyway, my point was is that Jiraiya, you see this Jiraiya go from being this just funny comedian, smart character that knows how to teach to being an actually good fighter, then to realize he's actually like a legendary ninja, and then you find out that he's taught one of the big bads of the season, and that he has an actual connection with them, and that he himself goes to kill his own student, and then dies to his own student, which was I thought was very sad because he didn't want to kill him because he knew him,
I agree. Yeah.
which is what I think you could make an argument for being near perfect. It's one of the most emotional fights in the show, but it's not. It doesn't have any like real world application other than how Naruto and um, Pain feels about Jiraiya. Everybody else doesn't really care.
Well,
Like
to
the
be fair,
significance of the fight.
quite a few of them do care about what Naruto is going through, and obviously Tsunade cares about like Jiraiya.
Jiraiya. Yeah, like she's sad that he's dead, but she doesn't know. My point is that she doesn't know like the connection between Naruto, Jiraiya, and
No,
Pain.
she does. She and Orochimaru are there when they met the children went before he taught them.
Yeah, they know of the children, but what I'm saying is their connection. They don't understand like the
Yeah, not
emotional
until
connections. Between
afterwards. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I think we could just agree it goes
Yeah,
there,
yeah, we
right?
just don't even have to talk about that. That arc was awful, bro. Oh my gosh. It was
I
terrible.
also just couldn't stand the fact that what's his name got both Sharingan from the afterlife because of Obito. Do you
Who?
remember Kakashi? Do you remember
Oh,
that?
yeah, he didn't get it from the afterlife. He gets it from um the Kamui realm because he kills him in the Kamui realm and takes his eye.
No, what I'm talking about is when he saved one of the like either Sasuke or Naruto, right? He got hit by the thing that like disintegrates your body that Kaguya can shoot.
Yeah, the truth seeking orbs.
Well, I'm not sure if it's. I think it's. I'm not sure, but but then he saves Kakashi at the last minute, and he dies. But then after that, all of a sudden, Kakashi has both Sharingan in his eyes, and then he can summon a perfect Susanoo out of nowhere. Like I felt like that was completely stupid.
Let's look up how he gets those because I don't think that's right.
Well, he doesn't have the Sharingan anymore. Obviously, he gets it for a limited time because he lost the eye. Yes, but Naruto healed it with his like I'm not sure how he did. It's the meme of like, oh, Sakura's entire career is over because Naruto healed Kakashi's eye after he got it ripped out.
Oh wait, you're actually right. What? I don't remember this. Obito gave Kakashi the privilege of having both Sharingan temporarily, doing this as the spirit of Obito, not his physical self.
It
What?
was so stupid, and I hated that.
Yeah, that sounds ridiculous.
Well, that's
Doesn't even make sense.
yeah. Let's just skip it. That all right. Konoha Crush.
I I I feel like it's weird to me how strong they make Orochimaru. Like it really is. I don't like it. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's mid. I think it's mid
Well,
under Akatsuki suppression
to
mission.
be honest, I think that he's also a Sanin, right? But you also have to realize that because fuck, what is his name? The third Hokage is so old. He's a lot weaker than he used to be. So like, I feel like if it was back in time when he discovered Orochimaru was doing experimentation, I feel like then
He would have been able to kill him.
yeah, but because you let him go and it's been like years at that point, he's a lot weaker, which is why Orochimaru was able to defeat him, or at least
Well,
stop him from aiding his like the attack on the village, you know?
right. Well, my thing is he survived a Reaper death seal.
Well, to be honest, he only did so because he had a sword through him and he couldn't seal them all away. He could only seal away his arms.
That's still insane. That's ridiculous to me. The whole thing of that seal, we hear about it for so long that the Reaper Death Seal is like a guaranteed if it lands. It lands, he doesn't lose his life, he loses his arms.
Well, technically,
Why?
the nine-tailed fox also didn't lose his life. He only sealed away half of it, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like, I mean, to be honest, if Orochimaru is able to tank like what is that called? Like a four-tail fox, or what was it? Up to six he dealt with.
I think it was Four Tails
So
because
he,
five is when he starts getting the skull on him and six and stuff like that.
so I feel like Orochimaru being able to tank of the four of the nine tails is
Fair.
a feat that you would guess that he would be able to stop the seal, and also you have to realize that he was stabbed, so it weakened his grasp on him, and so as the sword was piercing him, he wasn't able to seal them all, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, I still don't think it's better than Akatsuki suppression mission. Where would you rank it?
Personally, I would put it lowest good.
I can concede it as above Akatsuki suppression mission. I wouldn't say it's good.
Okay, that's fine with me. Was this Kazekage
Kazekage
rescue?
rescue.
I would
I
say it's best one in good, or maybe the second one in good.
am I missing something in this one that makes it good?
Actually, I mean, to be honest, the story about like what's it called, sorcery and his grandmother and shit, like I feel like that at least makes it like lowest tier good.
I thought it was boring. I'm not gonna lie. I ended up on my rewatch of Naruto. I skipped this whole arc.
Really, you thought it was boring?
I thought it was boring. I think puppet masters are cringe, 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 cringe. I
Why?
think they
What's
are
wrong with the
boring.
puppet master jutsu?
Dude, are you are you serious right now?
What's wrong
It's
with
so
it?
boring. They have a line of chakra that, by the way, can be severed from their puppet, and they themselves are super weak. They're cringe. Sasori's the only cool puppet master because he turned himself into a puppet. That's it. Like everybody else is out here swinging hands, but there's these little puppet masters that are too scared to swing hands. That's cringe.
To
They're
be honest, most of them don't like to be honest, the only people who focus heavily on melee is the Rock Lee and guy. Like most of them have like, or also I'm sorry, also Sakura because she was trained by Tsunade, but like to be
Naruto.
wait, no, she was trained by Tsunade.
No, you're right. I'm also saying Naruto. Naruto is almost like his only ninjutsu is Rasengan.
No, you can't say that. He spams Rasen Shuriken a lot more than Rasengan.
No, he doesn't. He does not.
As soon as he learns that, as soon as he learns
they literally ban him from using it the second time he used it.
No, but once he learned Sage Jutsu, he spammed that shit.
Yeah, but he didn't spam it as much as he spammed Rasengan. He ruined Rasengan when he was like 7 or 8. He spammed it for 10 years.
Not 8. What do you mean? He learned it at 13.
My point is he was super young when he learned this. He learned Rasen Shuriken when he was like 2 years before the end of the show. How could he spam it more? My point being is Naruto relies on taijutsu more than he does ninjutsu. I mean, you could make the argument, yeah, his shadow clones don't count, but whatever. They're still swinging hands. One of his moves is he jumps on people.
I also don't think Rasen Shuriken, or sorry, not Rasen Shuriken. I also don't think the Rasengan is just taijutsu.
I'm not saying it's taijutsu. I'm saying his only reliable ninjutsu he uses, or did use, was Rasengan. It was the one he spammed the most. And yes, there's variants of it, but the most common one is a close-up / melee variant of it, the Rasengan, where you have to be right on top of them to hit them with it.
I guess so. I guess, where did you say you won it?
Oh yeah. I didn't think it was a good arc, but I mean, I don't think it's better than Konoha Crush. I think it's better than Akatsuki Suppression.
So mid?
Yeah, I think it's mid. I really do. I don't think it's that great. Why do you think it's better than mid?
I enjoy the story between like Sasori and his grandmother.
Oh, the story itself is neat. Yeah, I can agree with that. But I don't think it as an arc itself, in terms of story
I will say the
is
fight
good.
between Orochimaru and the third Hokage is a lot better. So I'll put in. I'll agree with you. Land of Waves. I feel like that's great.
I don't remember it. You're gonna have to give me a rundown real quick.
Land of Waves was where they fight the you know, the guy who like looks like a girl, and then
Oh yeah. The
fuck, what's his name?
He's one of the 10
the 7 swordsmen of the mist.
I thought it was. He also had like another name. He's like an assassin or something.
He's like a demon. He's called Demon something.
Yeah.
The Demon of the Mist.
I do remember this. Yeah, Demon of the Mist is what I was thinking of. Kakazu, is that his name? Or is that the shark guy from the Akatsuki?
No, Kakazu is the guy with the 5 hearts, I think.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you're right. What is this dude's name?
I guess give me a sec. I'll look up. Oops, shit. No, Kisame is the shark. I keep fucking up. You're gonna have to look up because I can't. I keep alt-tabbing.
Zabuza.
Zabuza, that's his name. Right, yeah.
I was going through everybody that had this sword in my mind. I was like,
dude, Z is such a shitty letter to have as your first letter because like no one memorizes it.
It was Zabuza, and what was the name of the
Haku? Haku is the child that he used as a tool, you know. I think it's Haku.
Haku. That doesn't sound right. It is Haku. What? Okay, yeah, Haku.
I mean, I think it's great, but it's not as great as Dry versus Pain. Where do you think?
I have scaling issues with this season or this arc. I think it's great. Yeah, we'll put it there. The reason I don't think it's great, but I understand why it is scaling issues, and we're not going to get into scaling issues.
Yeah.
Pain Invasion arc. Right behind Chunin Exam.
Yeah.
No, actually, I'm going to argue and say it's above Chunin Exam.
Really?
I think it is
I mean, I
because
have to agree because mind you, the animation was really bad at some points, but that
I'm
fight
not.
was really great, like between Pain and Naruto.
I was gonna say I'm not even gonna argue the animation point. I'm gonna argue the fight itself, like the length of the fight. This like
You also have to
how much it
realize
shows Naruto's strength.
it encases the entirety of the like invasion, though, right? So like it includes like everyone else's fight, and like just them trying to scramble for information about like what the code means and stuff.
Yeah,
Also trying to get information out of one of the Pain's bodies because they recovered a Pain body when
yeah,
Jiraiya fought Pain.
yep.
So like
And they're
they're
trying to figure
trying
out
to,
how it worked and everything.
yeah. And so they're trying to figure that all out at the same time as they're being attacked.
Yeah, he just shows up and he just nukes half the city. That's crazy. That was nuts.
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
I
So
I mean, the reason I'm saying it's not better than the final arc and it's great, it's better than everything else other than the final arc, is because again, tying back to the Jiraiya versus Pain fight, it shows that uh, two of the greatest ninja that Jiraiya have ever taught how to do anything are fighting each other, and the only reason Naruto wins is because Hinata just gets bodied out of nowhere,
yeah,
and the Kurama is just like, "Oh, we're out. We're going in, brother. Really?" And he just blows everything up. Like that's the
he
only
goes up
reason
to
he
eight
wins.
tails, doesn't he? At that point,
Yes, yes, he's almost completely transformed, and when he's stuck inside the orb, the gravity orb in the sky.
yeah. What is that called again? Gravitational destruction or some shit.
I don't know.
I mean, I think we both agree it's near perfect. Reunion arc. That's the arc at the beginning of Shippuden, right?
um,
Or no,
reunion.
that's sorry, that's not the one app. That's this is
No,
after the Kazekage rescue.
yeah, this is right after. This is when they're trying to go get Sasuke, isn't it?
Yeah, the first or well, like the only time in this arc because every other time they're not looking for him because they got other shit to do.
Let me read a synopsis on this one because I don't remember the reunion arc. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, it's the one where they wait on a bridge for the informant of sorcery.
What are you on about, brother?
Okay, just read a synopsis then.
What are you talking
I
about?
could well at the end of the Kazekage rescue, Sasori tells Sakura about a meeting he was supposed to have with an informant, and it turned out it was
Oh,
what
this is when Naruto fights Orochimaru with the Four Tail
yeah
stick.
yeah yeah that yeah. I,
Yeah,
I think it's good, but either late very high or no, I'm sorry, either above 5 Kage or like before it, to be honest.
I think it's behind Kage. I don't think it's better. I don't. Oh man, I would at this point I would put Konoha Crushing good and put Reunion Arc but in the front of mid.
You would really put that's but the like the whole fight between Orochimaru and Naruto is great though.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're
Like
right.
just
We'll leave it there.
watching like this is the first time I think we see him transform into like the what is that called? Like the second tier because like first he just gets the three tails that like have a chakra cloak. Then he has the 4 and 5, which are just like the
They're completely enveloped in like deep red chakra,
and
and
then
then five has got the skull on top of it.
well, no, I think it's 6 and 7 where he starts getting the bony structure of the nine-tailed fox. 8 is when he's like a skinless nine-tailed fox, and then obviously 9 would be him transforming fully.
Is Is 5? I thought 5 was the one where he starts getting the bone structure.
No, I think it's 6. I could be wrong, but I do think it's 6.
Yeah, you know, you're right. It is 6. I just looked it up.
I moved this, but like search for Tsunade. Where do you think this goes?
Search for Tsunade.
That's when they go for Tsunade to be the fifth Hokage, or yeah, fifth Hokage.
If I don't remember it, it must not be great.
Yeah, well, to be honest, the only thing of value was like it was a very boring arc, but it was very plot relevant. Like it gave us the character Tsunade, and also like it that's where Naruto learns the Rasengan.
Ooh, that's right. Well, he was trying to learn it before that, but
No, he
this
this
is when
is
he
when
starts
he
using it, isn't it?
no, he's so in the fight, but like when he saves Tsunade because she's afraid of blood and she was about to die to Kabuto, he perfects it in that moment when he uses it against
Ooh,
Kabuto.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. I still don't.
Personally, I think it's mid, but like at least above Kazekage Rescue, or maybe a one below it.
I would say for plot development, yeah, probably.
Which one do you agree with?
We're gonna put it behind Kasakage Rescue.
All right, Sasuke Rescue. Do you remember that arc?
This is when he was with Orochimaru, right?
No, this is in the first arc, right? When he what is it called? When he's taken but like voluntarily with the Sound Ninja 4.
Yeah, I thought they get him to Orochimaru's lair.
No, they do at the end of it, but like that's not the majority of it, you know? No, I'm
No.
sorry, they don't get it before that. They actually fight, or does this include the Naruto fight between him and Sasuke? I'm not sure.
Let's look it up. Let's look it up.
Okay, look, because Naruto and Sasuke fight in the what that valley that they do the final bell in once before.
Yeah, and that's when Naruto juggles Sasuke. Okay, yeah, so this is when so
When he was
this is when like there's the Choji versus Jojiro and Neji versus Kidimaru and Kiba and Akimaru versus Sakon and Yukon.
yeah, so this is when they fight the ninja 4, the sound ninja, like Orochimaru's bodyguards.
Yeah, yeah, and then Rock Lee versus Kimimaru.
Yeah, the guy with the kick birth, or is that Kikigin
It's
guy, the
it's a
bone
Keke
thing?
Genkai. He's the last one of that bloodline. Yep.
Personally, I think it's better than Konoha
I
Crush.
was gonna say, now that I'm remembering this one was baller. This was actually
Really?
a baller one for me. I loved this one.
Good or like what?
I don't think it's great, but I think it's better than the reunion arc. I do. I think it's better
Uh,
because it's like the first version of
I
the.
think it's even better than the 5 Kage, to be honest.
I'm okay with that.
Like we see some cool shit in the 5 Kage, like Sasuke's Susanoo, but like the or Sasuke rescue, it's just a lot better of an arc because like the fight between him and Sasuke.
Yeah, I think the Sasuke rescue arc is really cool because we get to see the people like do their things, not just being the average ninja. They have their own abilities that they're doing and stuff. So I think it's pretty
What,
cool.
the sound ninja?
Yeah,
Yeah. To be honest, I don't know what the difference is. Like this just when the 10 tails is resurrected?
yeah, that's like with the point when the Ten Tails comes out, and then everything before that would be the War arc, I guess.
I think both of these are great, if not near perfect.
I don't.
I think
I didn't like Ten Tails.
well, to be 10 tails is well, let me think. So 10 tails would include like when they like lower him into a large like hole in the ground. It would include Naruto learning the few like the manifestation of the nine tails or whatever it's called. You know, when he like becomes the nine-tailed fox.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought when he learned to become the nine tails, that was great. I love that.
I don't know. I think it's weird that once they got the Ten Tails going, and then Obito became its Jin Shiriki, it was just weird. Like, why? Well, I guess all the tailed beasts, they're just split versions of what's his name's power, right?
Yeah,
The
they just like to be the ten tails was resurrected in an incomplete form because they don't have the nine tails or the eight tails. They only have parts of its chakra.
oh no, I don't think that one's great. I don't. I think it's better than the Itachi Sasuke fight because it
Really
adds.
only
But I mean, like the reason being is like it's towards the end of the show, and they're just like, to me, it seems like they're just doing things just to do them. I don't know why it's even
well,
there.
to be
Like,
honest, like Madara coming back was supposed to be the final thing, right? But then Kaguya got like a plot point because like the writer or the studio behind Naruto wanted to continue the series. So like they included this whole like god like beings from outer space and shit. I think the Ten Tails was always supposed to be in the arc though.
hmm, interesting.
I
I would agree with the war arc being great. I will agree with the war arc being great, but
all right,
I didn't like the Ten Tails. The
I
Ten
guess
Tails to me just seemed like a,
yeah.
like, you know how sometimes you play video games and there's that big thing that chases you down the hall and you're stuck on a cart and you just throw things at it?
No, I can't think of a game
Are you
that was like
serious?
that. What game are you referring to specifically?
My most recent experience is World of Warcraft. There's a dungeon, and there's supposed to be this entity called the Darkness, the big bad. And it's so strong for you at this point that basically you're running away from it on a cart and you're just throwing things at it to keep it away from you. That's what it felt like the Ten Tails arc was.
To
It was
be
nearly
fair, I
invincible.
don't play MMOs, so I wouldn't really get that, you
Well,
know?
the reference is like irrelevant, like that it's in World of
No, I
Warcraft. It's like,
get it.
just imagine there's a big bad, you can't hurt it, and the only thing you can do is run away from it and throw things at it to
I
slow it
do
down.
think the War Arc, though, is better than Jiraiya versus Pain.
I can agree with that.
Just
I can agree.
watching Naruto, like, even his clones kick ass, like, against the front lines, and how
Yeah,
plot relevant he is because he can sense malice. And
yeah,
so when he can sense like the Zetsus that are hiding in the army.
yeah. On top of that, he can tell that the resurrected Kage don't want to fight them.
Well, yeah, he can sense malice, as in like he can sense when someone is like either trying to harm someone or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he was a key plot, like key point in it to like find, yeah, the Zetsus in the crowd and under the ground, and being able to tell that like the Kazekage, or the third Kazekage, what's his name, Gara's father,
No, I
was
think he's
sent.
the fourth. The third was the guy with the magnet powers.
Oh yeah, you're right. Anyway, my point being,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
could tell that they didn't want to fight, and then when he was fighting the Raikage that was resurrected, that fight was sick. By the way, that fight on its own was just nuts. That fight was
Well, to
crazy.
be honest, if he was faster than was that guy's name A or something, he's faster than his like was that his grandfather or father.
What do you mean?
Because like to test Naruto before he went to the front lines, the Raikage, what I think it's Raikage of
Yeah, Raikage is the this.
the he was like the fastest man alive because of his
Barry Allen.
electricity release.
Yeah.
So like he's like the fastest, and so I think if he was able to do that, he should be able to like outdo his grandfather or father.
That's true.
Because
Well,
no,
I thought A was slower than um the older one.
maybe, but I think the older one was slower but stronger, and like he got faster as he like put, I don't know, like it was some weird shit. Like if he put back his fingers, he went faster and shit.
No, that was just increasing the strength. Because it was like putting it into a point. Because when you do it with the four fingers, it dispersed it over 4 points: 3/3, 2/2, and then one. It focused it on 1 point. That's the only way he hurt himself, and that's how Naruto beat him. But
Well, this is our list, so I mean, I think I agree with everything. To be honest, I think the war arc is better than Chunin only because of how great it was, but like that's fine here.
I think at the time of experiencing both, when I experienced them, the tuning exams made me more excited than the war arc did. Because seeing Gara be this like impenetrable wall in comparison to everybody, and then seeing this guy that we're like, oh, he just got done beating Sasuke, but Sasuke kind of sucked anyway, and oh, he's got no ninjutsu, he's got no what's it called, genjutsu, he's only got taijutsu. This dude's going to get bodied. He looks like a nerd. Look at him, he's in a green jumpsuit, and then he drops these weights off of him that are like 50 pounds a piece, and then he goes so fast that even Gara's automatic defense can't detect it. That was nuts.